What's up YouTube? My name is Measly. Welcome to the channel. Today we are playing against Josh Knutson, aka Jkkayy, aka the coach of the Minneapolis Mudsdales. I'm super excited. Fun fact for all of you, Josh is the very first person that I met out of everyone in this league because I actually worked with him quite a few years ago, back when I was still in high school. So I'm super excited this game. Josh is a super good player. So I'm excited to see how it turns out. Let's get into the video. Alrighty, y'all, we are getting into it. This is our match against Josh Knutson, aka ex-employee or ex-coworker. So he brought the Latios. What do we want to lead off with? Honestly, I have no clue what he's gonna lead. Maybe he'll just lead Lottie. I don't know if that thing is scarfed. I would kind of like to find that out. I mean, we could always lead Big Slammer. He doesn't have any immunities, any ground types. I think we're going to do that. Because he doesn't have any resistances to electric, or immunities, I mean. He does have some resistance. He has one resistance. Otherwise, Electivire Electros kind of goes crazy. So let's jump into it. This is our game against Josh Knutson, aka Jkkayy, aka the coach of, I don't remember his team name. Whoops. Okay, so he leads off with Primeape. Let's see here. So we got Electros against Primeape. It's a bulky setup. Supercell Slam actually does some pretty good damage, even if he's like max HP. He could Terra immediately. Let's see, his Terra types are Fighting, Ice, and Ghost. So honestly, just going for a Supercell Slam isn't a horrible idea, but I actually think we're gonna Volt Switch out, because I don't want to take too much damage. But he's not really gonna do a lot. I think we just Volt Switch here. Let's see. Oh, he just goes for a raw close combat. That does a ton of damage. Close combat. Let's see. 52. So that was, oof. Is that adamant? I think he might just be adamant. He could be banded or scarfed. But I think we go, let's see. I don't want to go into Landorus here because otherwise he'll get that Defiant boost. I think we can go into Miss Soleria. Let's say he is a scarfed set. Mrs. O'Leary might not outspeed. That's a little scary. Let's see here. I think we go into Miss O'Leary. If he's scarfed, then let's see, if he's scarfed, he will outspeed us, so we could Terra here. This was maybe not the best option because he I mean, he doesn't have, let's see, I think we're going to Terra here immediately and just go for the play rough. Okay, nice. So we're going to get a big stakeout here. He might go into Registeel. Yeah. Okay, so we're kind of wasting our terrestrialization here. But Gudra was mostly for the Serena. So that's why we had the Terra Water there. So I think that this is still a really good option for us. Let's see, we get this Terra Play Rough going off. Oh, still a pretty decent amount of damage there. But I think we definitely have to swap out. Let's see, Blue Steel is a pretty safe switch right now. It could be predictable. but I think it's pretty good. Let's look at the calcs real quick here. Landorus versus Registeel. We know that Earthquake is doing a crazy amount of damage. If he goes for a Heavy Slam, it's not going to do too much against us. Greninja would also resist that, but I don't want Greninja to get status. I think we're going to go into Blue Steel here. Hopefully he doesn't double into Primate. That would be a really good play on his part. But we'll see what he goes for here. Oh, yes, Clear Body. Oh, I completely forgot about that. But he's going to go for a Stealth Rack. Okay, that's completely fine. We still have Defog on Drifblim, so I'm not too stressed about that. And so now I think we just want to go for a U-turn. I think he's going to be way too scared from about like an Earthquake coming out. Because Earthquake destroys his team. Everything except for Latios. So I think that U-turn is just a really safe option here. Oh, he stays in. Okay. That is incredibly bold because Earthquake would have probably just killed this thing. So what do I want to do? What is he going to go for? What does Registeel get against? I suppose he could go for like a substitute maybe. Or a curse. I'm not sure what Registeel. Oh, he gets Ice Spinner. Okay. So honestly, he's probably going for that. And I think that Jkkayy is probably a really safe option to combat that. I think he was probably going to try to go for that to try and catch me off guard. But let's see here. Yep, he goes for the Ice Spinner. So Jkkayy is going to be able to eat that pretty well. Oh, yeah. That's not doing anything. And I think we just want to go for a Mud Shot here. It's doing about 30%. And he might not expect it. And there's not much else on his team other than like Latios. But I find it very hard to believe that he would go into Latios against Greninja here. So let's go for the Mud Shot and see what happens. Alright, so he is going to withdraw. As long as he doesn't go into Latios. Aurora, that is the Milotic. Okay, so we'll be able to see what this Milotic set is, hopefully. Just kidding, we won't be able to see because we got that 5% miss. So let's say that against Milotic, Grass Knot is doing a ton of damage, but we don't have Protein. So it's only going to be doing about 50, and we're a ground type, so I'm a little scared. I think we just go for a U-turn here. Or we could switch out to try and bluff like a Choice Specs or something along those lines. Let's see, we could go into Big Slam. We could also just go into Oatmeal. He might have Ice Beam, which would hurt. Dang, my team is a little weak to Ice at the moment. I think that we have to go into Big Slamma. Which is going to be a little tough because we're probably going to lose it here to an Ice Beam or a Scald. But this thing was mostly for the... okay, yeah, so down goes Big Slamma. Which is a little upsetting, but it's not the worst thing in the world because now we have a few options. We could go back out into Jkkayy. We could try to get a defog, but I don't think that's super useful. Then I did not prep enough for my Milotic here. I think I go into Jkkayy and go for either a U-turn or a Grass Knot. Yeah. Because Grass Knot with Protein will do quite a bit, even if they're like almost max HP, max Spadef. They could be AV, which would not be ideal. If they have Mirror Coat, that's going to do stupid damage. They could also swap out into like Registeel or Entei, expecting a Grass Knot. I kind of want a U-turn here, but I'm a little scared of what he could go for. I think we just Grass Knot. I think that's a safe option. Nice. He doesn't swap out. So we're going to get that Protein Grass Knot off. Let's see. That does, okay, a solid amount of damage. So he's not AV, and he's going to go for an Ice Beam, predicting the Grass Knot. Oh, and we lose Greninja. So that's two Mons down, which is quite upsetting. Okay, so he's Leftovers. This is a pretty good calc that we have here. I think a Crunch is really safe from Mrs. O'Leary. There's not really anything on his team that wants to take that, or a Play Rough. I think Miss O'Leary is definitely the go-to here. Let's see. So we're not going to reveal the Scarf yet because we are just naturally faster than Milotic. So I think just going for a Crunch is the safest option. He could, I don't think he'll go into Samurott here. Maybe he does. Maybe he's expecting the Crunch. On take is the Entei. Okay, nice. So we're going to get a big Crunch. Nice! That is that stakeout damage right there. That is super clutch. Let's go. Yes! Okay. Hey, we're in this. We are in this right now. Okay, so we know that Milotic has Leftovers. Entei's base speed is 100, so he could outspeed us. Let's see what Entei is doing with like a Bandit Extreme Speed is doing about 50%, but he definitely can't kill us. And we will outspeed, barring a Scarf. I don't think that... No, hope that this thing isn't running a Scarf. I think we just go for another Crunch and hopefully take this thing out. Nice. There we go. So he's probably expecting a Scarf now. Which is a little unfortunate, but I'm really glad that we got rid of Entei. It opens the floor a little bit because we could go for some... it'll be easier to go for like a Play Rough sweep maybe later in the game if we get rid of Registeel. Because the other three of his other mons with Samurott, Primeape, and Latios are all weak to Fairy. However, Primeape is a Terror Captain. So we do have to watch out for that at the same time. But we're not in a bad spot. We got rid of Entei. Milotic is at like 40-ish%. Registeel is still damaged too. So I think we're at a pretty good spot right now. I would expect him to go into Samurott. Let's see what kind of damage we're doing against a Hisuian Samurott. Crunch is doing a little over like 25%. Okay. Yep, he's going to go in Samurott. Kind of as expected. I think we either go into Oatmeal or Blue Steel here. I mean, Blue Steel is real scary against like against something like a whatchamacallit. It's Aqua Cutter, that move. I think we go into Oatmeal. Ceaseless Edge is doing quite a bit, but I think this is definitely the option that we want to go for here. So let's see what he ends up going for. I'm assuming it's going to be an Aqua Cutter, but maybe it's a okay, he goes for a Surf. Oh, is this a special Samurott? Okay. Life Orb, specially attacking Samurott. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but that's not the worst thing in the world. What do you get for special moves? He does get Blizzard and Ice Beam, obviously. Let's see how much see how much an Ice Beam is doing against us if he has all that special attack. Say he's modest and he has Ice Beam, is not doing nearly anything, so I think we just go for a Body Press here, or Dragon Tail could be a good option, but I think Body Press is pretty safe. Okay, so he goes for a Ceaseless Edge. He's gonna, okay, so he's a mixed attacker. He's gonna get some of that some spikes set up, so it would be really, really handy if we could get in. Wow, that did not do enough. Not nearly as much as I was hoping that it would. And that ceaseless edge did a lot. Holy. Okay. We could go for another body press, but if he goes into Latios, that wouldn't be ideal. Because then we're down, what, 3 against 5, which is not really what we want to see. We could go for a Dragon Tail just to swap this thing out. Could also, I don't think there's anything that really wants to switch in. So I think we just go for a body press, which should be able to kill, hopefully. Fingers crossed if we survive. No, we're gonna go for a Dragon Tail. Okay, so he gets the ceaseless edge off. That's gonna kill Oatmeal, which is really, really upsetting. And we're in a tough position right now, because I think we have to go into Miss O'Leary. I can't go. See, Drift Blim probably dies to a ceaseless edge. Yeah, definitely. He's a goner. And since he has rocks up, that's a little tough for us. We could go into Blue Steel, and just fire off a U-turn. Let's see, do we outspeed? Because we know he's not scarfed. Let's see, he's Life Orb. So we will outspeed unless he's a plus speed nature. No, we outspeed a plus speed nature. So I think we could go into Blue Steel and just go for a U-turn. Yeah, I think that's definitely our safest option. Because we know he's Life Orb, so he doesn't have a Lychee Berry or a Choice Scarf or anything like that. He could have Aqua Jet, but that's not doing enough that we really need to worry about it. So I think we just go for a U-turn here. He could go into Reggie. I think he's probably just going to sack this thing. But this is nice because then we can probably go into Drift Blim after this, and try to get those rocks out of here. Would be really ideal. Yeah. Okay, nice. So he stays in. We get the U-turn kill. That's nice. Haven't fully revealed that we're choice banded yet. I don't think that he would suspect that yet. So I think the next play is to go into Drift Blim. Or we could go into Mrs. O'Leary. Which Miss O'Leary isn't a bad option, because we can kind of just go for a crunch against anything that comes in, or if it's the Primeape, then we just go for a play rough. So I think, or we just go to into BTD 5 and try to get a defog off. But if he goes into Primeape, then we're in a really tough situation there. I think we go into Miss O'Leary. Alright, so he is going to send in Delta, which is his Latios. Does he... This thing has to be scarfed, right? Latios. I think it has to be scarfed, and he's probably... What is this thing gonna go for against us? Does he not know that we're scarfed? He has to, right? Because we outsped the Entei. So what's his game here? I think we just have to go for a crunch, right? I mean, there's not really anything else that we have the option to do. I think he has to be scarfed. Yep. So we're going to go down to Luster Purge. I fear. I'm not a fan of this, but I think I know the answer to winning this game, which... I think we go into blue steel here. So we're going to take some rocks damage, which is unfortunate still. But we should hopefully be able to survive a Luster Purge. Now, we go for a U-turn. Hoping that he stays in. Yeah. I think that is our only real answer, is to go for a U-turn if he stays in. Should be able to take this thing out, and then... I mean, it's a roll, and that's without any HP investment. It's a roll that U-turn goes. I mean, it's a 93%. Okay, so he does swap out. He's going to go into Aurora here, which I believe is the Milotic. Yep. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we just take it out. Nice. Okay, so obviously we have to go into Drift Blim now. And I think that this is going to be a scary end game. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to take some chip there. We do have a possibility of winning this. I think he would have to go into... Okay, so he's going to go into Caesar, which is his Primeape. So that's going to stop us from going... If he goes Terra Ghost, we've hit this thing. Rage Fist is probably gonna kill us here. Yeah, Rage Fist will kill. And we're most likely outsped. This is not a good situation, to be completely honest. Yeesh. We could go for a Nightshade, but that's not going to kill him. I think we have to go for Destiny Bond here, hoping that we outspeed. I don't believe that we will. Shoot, I have a bad feeling that this might be game for us here. Alright. Oh, so he just goes for a Terra Blast Ice. Yeah. I think that's game. So we're going to die to that. And then going into Blue Steel here, he's going to get a Defiant Boost. And if he is... I mean, he just naturally outspeeds us. So yeah, he just has to go for a Terra Blast. GG's to Josh. Didn't play the best. I think I don't know. Maybe just tried to outread. I think I have to go for a crunch here. But yeah, Terra Blast is just going to kill us. Shoot, I don't know. I'll have to watch the footage and see where everything went wrong. I think my early game was just really not the best. Was never able to get rid of those hazards at all, because Drifloon was just really weak. I was just really weak to ice, and I think I didn't realize that. And I lost Greninja right away. But nonetheless, GG's to Josh. You played really well, as always. You are an incredible player. Great team prep. So GG's, and I'll see you guys later.